Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my page, y'all. Welcome to the replay. How are you doing? Come on in, y'all. I have some scrapbook paper here. We're gonna do some decoupage. If you don't see a red box right there, that means you're catching the replay. So come on in. It's fine. It's fine. Just comment hashtag replay, y'all, if you don't see the red box. So we are going to use decoupage, Mod Podge, scrapbook paper, Christmas crafting. Keyword is block. Check your messenger whenever you type that in. Hit the heart button. I have picked out 6 so far. 6 different patterns we're going to use tonight. Where are my friends at? There they are. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are well. Okay, block is the key word. All right, it's going to be a single message that gives you a bunch of different information because we have a lot going on. Hi, Sharon, you made it. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Okay, let me show you what we're doing. Zach busted a move this afternoon and put a bunch of what is called like block letters on Etsy. All different sayings, all different shapes and sizes. Some are double-sided, but we're going to double-side this tonight. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do, but we're going to do it with scrapbook paper. But first, I'm going to finish painting this stuff. Hello, everyone. What are y'all up to? I've missed y'all. I don't remember. When were we? Oh, that's right. Zach did the napkins yesterday. Holy cow, y'all. Like, y'all knocked it out of the park with those napkin sales. We have gotten rid of so many napkins because of y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They are packaged up and ready to go out tomorrow when the mailman picks them up. And then, of course, don't forget our weekly cutout. Look at him. Isn't he so cute? I forgot to put him on a string, but you can hang him. You can hang him from your tree if you wanted to. But all you have to do to check out all of the details is comment the word block. Okay, so I've got 2 of these, and it'll make sense, y'all, once we get to that point. But all of my letters and other letters, words, sayings are going to be black. Done in black tonight, okay? Hi, Lavon. You heard messenger. Ding. What's up, everybody? So somebody tell me if you comment the word block, if you receive the message, and do me a favor. Can somebody click on all of those links and tell me if they work? I would super duper appreciate it. All right. So let me show you some of the detail in these words, letters and words. Super cute. But I'm using a makeup sponge that I just get off of Amazon. I put my Amazon store link in that message for y'all because we're going to be using a white distress ink pad tonight. And I figured y'all would ask. Did I put a base coat on the cutouts before painting the parts? No, not on the blocks that we're going to do. Hi, Anita. Welcome to the club. Hi, Patty. Thank you for the stars. We have a new stars goal, y'all. If you could help us out, that would be amazing. We just take those stars and we put them right back into our page. We have an official tote, and it's right here beside me, that we now call our gift away tote. Like, no joke. So, the stars help us out a ton, y'all. And if Mr. Zach is listening, maybe we'll have him in here and he can do the gift away. Thanks, Dawn. Okay, all of them are working. Hot dog. So let me tell you about these little block sets. We have a bunch. We have some that say Santa. The one I'm doing tonight is Merry Christmas on one side and Jolly St. Nick on the other side. We have one that says Santa. We have one that says Believe. We have one that says Give Thanks, Harvest, Burr, Snow, Frosty, I don't remember. I think we loaded like 8 different ones to Etsy just a little bit ago. Okay, I think we're done with that. All right, so I think all of the painting, we might need to paint this. Let me grab some of this. There's Zach. Yeah, Holly, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. I really don't know. Some people have said that. All right, let me grab this. We're going to use this really quickly and just slide this chalk paint over our little stand. That way we have a solid coat for our base. Now, I don't have them in here. At least I don't think. But if you get the double-sided option of this, because we do offer both sides individually, you will get the base that I'm using tonight, which has the little, like, slit down the middle. If you get the single side, you'll have these little stands that go on the back. Okay, thanks, Sharon and Michelle. Yes, thank you so much. Zach says to make sure your phone's up to date. You know, he is like the update patrolman here in my house. Hi, Joni. All right, y'all. So here's what we have to do. I'm going to set these aside so that I don't mess these up. And what we're doing is each side, let me see, let me get all this out, has 6 blocks. And they are scored. So this one says Merry and then Christmas. So ideally, I would like to have 6 different patterns, colors of scrapbook paper. Okay. Well, this one has 6 as well because it's a double-sided. And look at this. The L is spindles, y'all. How stinking cute is that? Okay, so let me make sure I get this right because there is a right. I just want to make sure I get my L's the correct way. Hold on. Okay, so J-O-L-L. All right. So the spindle comes first. J-O-L. So the spindle comes first. So what I'm going to do is lay these exactly how, since that one has 2 L's. All right. I have my patterns picked out for the Jolly Saint Nick. Okay. Right here. Uh-oh. 3 snowmen. Somebody's asking about the snowmen. Do y'all see those little fellas up there? Hi, Marilee. Thank you. Okay, so I've got 6 different patterns. Now, you can also check out the link for these, okay? It's a whole book of scrapbook paper, 2 different patterns, 2 different styles. That is also in the message whenever you type in the word block. So I've got it for Jolly. Now I'm going to pick it for Merry Christmas. And I already think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to do this one. Is somebody talking about the snowmen? Those are our sitting snowmen, and they are found on Etsy. Debbie, if you go check out Etsy, there's multiple options for you to choose from. Okay, so I've got 6 and 6. So ideally we have 3 red, 3 green. I'm going to use these for Merry Christmas. Okay, so right now I'm going to focus on the Saint Nick. And I need to make sure, because I have crazy, pattern, crazy, stripe. Okay, so just bear with me a second because I'm going to grab my scissors. I don't know why I have these itty bitty tiny scissors in here. All the other scissors I have are nowhere to be found. Like, come on, people. Who took them? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna save. Bear with me just a second. This one. Nope, change my mind. Yeah. All right, Saint Nick is going to be this, I believe, down here at the bottom, or at the striped one. So all I'm going to do is just cut a rectangle out of this paper. Okay, just like so. So we know that that is Saint Nick. I'm now done with this. So I'm going to set this aside. Then I kind of put these in the order that I want to use them. Jolly. I think it might be easier if I had scissors. Good gravy. All right, so y'all see what I'm doing here, right? All I'm doing is just kind of setting things out so that I know what is going on. Because I don't always. Hi, Emily. Hey, Cynthia. Okay, so now we're going to do O with the Christmas trees. And you don't need a whole lot on the edges because that's going to be sanded off. Okay, so that one can go over there. Let's get this L. I have a lot of scrapbook paper too. Well, I take that back. I don't have a whole lot to choose from. So I did grab these 2 books of scrap paper a couple weeks ago because I did not have a whole lot of Christmas. I have a lot of like everyday and some like wood farmhouse patterns. Not a whole lot of Christmas. I do have a lot of solid colors, but not patterns. Okay, I want this one to go up and down. Okay, the scissors are going to drive me nuts, nuts, nuts. Okay, there's that. Please hold. Hold on, y'all. About to get real up in here. Thank you. Wah, yeah. Found them. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing really quickly. Get this out of the way. I want... Okay, so I got to think about this one, y'all. Green stripes on the bottom. Okay. Red, green, red up and down, green, big. Just go with me. Y'all know what that means? Okay, so I'm going to turn my little blocks around. They're just 1/8 inch MDF. I'm calling them blocks because, well, they're blocks. Green is the bottom, so let's go with this right here. Big scissors. What is your stuff under with Etsy? It's Z to A Woodwork, but if you comment the word block, I will send you a message and it will have a link right there. Okay, so we've got that. Big polka dots, green. Now, y'all could just paint these and paint the letters that go on top and be done with them. I thought, why not get a little bit fancy? Because, you know, sometimes a little extra, you just have to believe the process, right? Okay, this one's going to go up and down. Zach may be able to pin the, or yeah, there's the link to Etsy right there. And we put these little sitting snowman out there from last year. They were quite popular and they are so fun. When I dug them out of the bin yesterday, It was one of those like, oh my gosh, you know how you get like tickled over something that you see? That's how it was with those little snowmen. I know, Michelle Pryor, my hair is getting so long. It's driving me nuts, but do you think I'm doing anything about it? No. Why? I don't know. All right, Christmas is going to be long green horizontal stripes at the bottom, like so. Okay, we're done cutting the scrapbook paper. Okay? Oh, Lord. All right, here we go. Let's apply Mod Podge. I'm just going to do all of these. Ready? All you're going to do is grab your block. Okay? Here's the deal. I am covering up all of the scored lines because I am going to apply paper on it. If you wanted to simply just paint the background, then you can apply the matching this right on top and you'll have scored lines on where you need to go. I'm just going to reconnect. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is take this Mod Podge over all of the wood. Okay, corners, edges, middle, beginning, end, left, right. Okay, and then I'm just going to lay this down whether it is straight or not. It is going to happen. Okay, so I'm just going to press that down and I'm going to slide that over yonder. Okay. Oh Lord, hold on. We have somebody that does not belong here. Get out. Thank you. It drives me nuts when people do that. Like, move on about your business. Go get a job. Find something else to do. All right, here we go. So that one's just going to sit there, okay? Then we're going to keep doing the exact same thing and apply the Mod Podge all over the block. Now, you want to get a really good amount, okay? Because you don't want your edges of the paper to lift up, peel, or whatever it is, okay? Hi, Vicki. The difference is the designer access pass is $9.99 US. You don't get all of the perks pack items. You still get the same benefits, 40% off. You still pay the same monthly fee, but if you sign up with the designer access pass, you do not get all of the items in what we call like the designer box or the perks pack. That is the difference. Excellent question. Feel free to message me if you have any additional questions or need some clarity. Okay. Yep, Annette, you're good. I know, Bambi. It's ridiculous. Are you using a Mod Podge brush? Janet, the brand is Mod Podge, yes. Is it necessary? No. Did I buy one? Yes. Why? I don't know, because I'm extra. It is literally just like a paintbrush. However, I do like how wide it is, even though I probably have a paintbrush that's just as wide over there in my stash. All right, so I realize what I'm doing here. I'm not really lining these up. See if they're straight or not. Does that really matter? Nope, not today. It is nice, Zach. Yes, it is nice. Yes. You're welcome, Vicki. I mean, I do like the fact that this brush, or I recommend that you guys designate a brush to Mod Podge because, I mean, I'm able to get it out with Dawn dish soap. But sometimes, y'all, it can ruin your brushes. So, hi. How will you know? That is a very good question. Denise, Zach and I were talking about you today. And you have just asked the magical question. So I am doing the Mary And I'll show you when we go to put this together. Like, it's got to fit a certain way on the block. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, but that's an excellent question. Now, you know what you could do, Denise? Write, like this is the letter Y, write that on the back. In fact, I may do it on this other side. But anyways, Denise, we were talking about you today, and I'm like, that girl is always crafting, and I love it. It's okay to be extra, Zach, right? I'm your extra basic, lovely lady. You better believe it. Okay, so we know this is the Y, right? So if this is the Y, this, dun, 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 just like so. And it doesn't matter if it's upside down or not because it's the same size both ways, okay? So that is our Merry Christmas, I should say. Now, I started with this piece right here, and I'm going to just check the edges to see if maybe I need to put a little bit more down so that it stays. And in fact, it does. Okay. But you just slide your brush in there. And you can even heat set it so that it's really nice and it's really attached to the surface itself. I'm not going to heat set it tonight. I'm not going to use any like transfer on top of it. But you could absolutely do that. Okay. All right. So Denise, let's do this. Let's grab, this is J, O, L, L, Y. You got it, girl. You got it. You got it. Okay. So I'm going to move all this up here. That's going to dry. And then I'm going to scooch this over. We're going to do our St. Nick. I think this is going to be cute, y'all. I hope you like it. Let me put a good amount of this. This is a pretty big piece. I sometimes even put some on the edges just so that in case, I don't know. I tend to, when I push it down, I don't know. I feel like it sticks better. But it is what it is, right? It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to lay this one down. Then we're going to grab our J and do the green. I love this. It is, Debbie. Yes, and I have the link. When you comment the word, what is the word, y'all? Block. You can get the link to the scrapbook paper. Okay. All right, that one's done. So that's J. Denise, thank you so much for asking. You could do it with napkins. Tina, Zach actually got napkins out for me to use. But I decided to use scrapbook paper.
You can use wrapping paper. You can use tissue paper.
Material.
Material.
Material. I know, Debbie. Awesome. Yes, you do need a heavy book, Sharon. Sometime for this. Yes. Okay, so there's that one. We're almost kind of to the home stretch. Oh, there's Kira. I got my crafting dog.
Hey, there's no sleeping zone.
Zach, should we do any giveaways?
We should.
What are we going to do?
We're going to give away some sample.
Oh. You're going to give away some of this paper.
I am.
You have no idea, Bambi, where to get napkins from? Honestly, it's a lot online. And some stores like Tuesday Morning.
Or you just check Zach's website.
Yes, Wendy, the paper is from the link. Yes. Hi, Lori. Kelly, you're here. Did you see my message? Yeah, crafting dog. Super crafting dog. Crafting super dog. I can't quite think of her name yet. Kelly, I've been worried about you. Did you see my message? So, comment along, y'all. Zach said he's going to give some of the scrapbook paper away as samples.
I'm going to get some samples of that.
Okay. Tuesday morning is no more. You're right. That's right. Kelly, you didn't see my message? It's on your personal. Under your personal. Under my personal. Where else can you get napkins?
Home Goods.
Patty, you've never used Montage. Holy cow. Home Goods, Target,
Yeah.
Saran Wrap. Yes, Marilee.
Oh.
I have done the Saran Wrap method.
Party City.
Party City has good napkins. Oh, look. Linda said Home Goods. Yes, ma'am.
Or what?
Dollar
Goods?
Tree.
What's the other one? I always get mixed up. Home Goods and
Home.
Home. No, it's the two stores that are almost like identical. Home Goods, Good Homes.
Home.
No, that's two. That's another. No. We went to the two stores and we had conversations with the cashiers.
I think it's Home. Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby for sure.
Janet says I'm freezing. She does. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Cynthia says Nini's napkins. Yes. Five Below. Home Sense. Hi, Marina. Ross, Marshalls. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Okay. Done, son. All right, this is done. So let me tell you what I like to do. First of all, let me open this. Hi, Autumn.
Walmart.
At home. At home.
At home, yes. Home Goods at home. That's what it is.
Pop shelf, yes. Thanks, Brownie.
Those really cool skull ones I found at Walmart.
Yes.
I showed you the ones I really
And the
liked.
fall napkin bundles.
Yep.
Okay, so let me show you what I do with this. Good, Deb. You got you one of those bat trays from Dollar Tree. I take this. And I grab a wipe until I can get to the sink, a Decoupage brush, and I just wrap it around, okay, so that it stays.
And it's Strauss.
Okay, so just write those names.
I'm going to write her name down. She's going to receive something from us.
Okay, so let's check these. What we're going to do is we're going to take a sanding block, and mine, here we go, I got a new one. Hi, Melinda. Yes, Lori, I love it too. It is fun. I haven't done it in a long time until this recent craft box. So if you got the October craft box, we're going to be decoupaging. All right, so here's the deal. You have your paper, your wood, okay? You can, which I kind of recommend, sometimes the paper is so thick that maybe you just like trim up the edges like so.
And it was Diane Brockman who gave us At Home, so she's going to get some too.
So if your name is being called, make sure you send us a message with your address. Okay? Hi there, Irene. Okay, here we go. So we're going to sand down. So you're going to sand away. Okay? And we're going to be sanding for a little bit.
You want my blowtorch?
I don't know, man. We're going to be here a while. You probably should start grabbing some of these and sanding.
I'm writing names down.
Well,
and after the other night of cleaning transfer for you, I got the next couple nights off, remember?
You better grab a sanding block and get your basic booty up here and start sanding. For your extra basic lovely wife.
Can I get my power sander?
Sure. You probably sand it off into the next house.
That'd be cool.
But all you're going to do is just sand down, okay? And it's going to start coming off the edges of your wood.
No, we're going to do Katie's sale.
Just like so.
Katie's sale. Send the page a message with your address so I can send you some happy mail. Irene wants to know if you're using the 220 block.
I am. This is the Dollar Tree block. It has... I don't know. I threw the thing away. I'll look at it here in a second.
Do you have another block?
I do.
Where?
Right in there in the closet. But this is just going to clean up the edges. Right in there.
In here?
No, he doesn't, Kelly. Zach is happy, well... I can do the burn method, yes. However, I don't want to take the chance since I can't put it on I don't know. I feel like the burn method, it needs to be sitting on something so the flames go around it. That's just my opinion.
You just gotta be fast though.
So if you don't have a sanding block for whatever reason, you could use a nail file.
It's a 2x7 inch, we're just gonna call it 3x4 sanding sponge.
Matter of fact, this is working really well.
You can use wet or dry. Yeah, trim it down first.
No sanding needed.
That's why they say measure twice, cut once. I'm gonna check here.
Y'all, just trim it. That's what's nice about these blocks. It is a straight edge.
It's the paper too that really helps.
Yes.
The thickness of the paper. So I'm glad I got a block.
I'm glad you got a block. Now you can go sit back down. Thank you, bud.
I'm gonna leave before you put me to work. I'm gonna scout the comments, make sure people are chatting along, liking and following the page, and sprinkling the video, and give away some more Happy Mail.
Nice, y'all. I didn't even have to sand these. Hot dog! Any suggestions for bubbles in the paper when I decoupage? So here's the deal, Dawn. Typically, when I do this, I grab my heat press. And I would take a piece of parchment paper and lay it over the top, just like this. And heat set the paper so that it activates that Mod Podge. And it, like, dries it really well, okay? Typically, that's what I would do. So that is what I always recommend. However, I didn't do it tonight because I'm not, typically when I do the decoupage, I am applying one of my reusable silk screen transfers to it. And like I have to wax it and all the stuff. I'm not doing that tonight. So try that. That's an option. I prefer that method, honestly, over any other. Okay, so we're just cutting along the edges of these. Ooh, good, because that was going to create the biggest mess. You're welcome. So, y'all, hit the heart button for me if you have it. Sprinkle the video. Go show all your friends what you're about to try. And comment the word block. Like, go check out our Etsy site because, like I said, we have 8 different options of these block letters out there. And I do not think you'll be disappointed. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Mary. So I've turned these over on the back side, and I am cutting these right to the line. And it's going to be a lot easier when you have a flat edge to do this. Otherwise, you're going to want to sand it off. But I am literally getting every bit of that excess off with the scissors. I have a fly in here. Fly needs to go. He does not belong. You do not belong, fly. Fly away. Okay, this is the last one. And then we'll start assembling. Okay, so this one gave me troubles. It's because I have glue built up on my scissors. You are not good. So what I'm going to do on this one is sand it down. But then I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to go over the top. Okay, so let me show you what it did. It tore it just a tad, but what I'm going to do is just brush it with Mod Podge, okay? All right, ready to see what this all looks like after all of that? I'm sure ready. Let me get all of this out of here. Holy moly. Looks like it's snowing in here, y'all. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Denise McClain, you go, girl. J-O-L-L-E. Why? Nope, you go there and you go here. You like to let your Mod Podge dry, then put the napkin out whenever done, then put the parchment paper. Yes, Deborah, exactly. That's what I recommend. But I'm not doing that tonight. Why? Because, I don't know. We're being different. Okay, so it's going to come with this. You don't need to paint this if you don't want to. It is not required to paint that. Okay, let me see if I remember how to do this. So there's going to be a right and wrong side to this, okay? Yes, okay, I think we got it. But ideally, your long piece is going to go at the bottom of this, okay? The long piece. So like this piece is going to go at the bottom, all right? So what we're going to do next is we're going to take some super glue and grab the jolly piece to this. All of our words, letters, okay? You can buy a rubber roller, yes. Great, great, great idea. Yes, absolutely, Deborah. I agree 100%. Thanks, Michelle Pryor. Okay, so I'm just taking these off very carefully so that they don't break. Okay, and then we're going to set this aside. And let's just focus on this one for right now. Okay, so before I do anything, I'm going to double check myself. Because, like I said, there is a right and a wrong way for this. Down here, green, red. Okay, we are good to go. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna love this. Okay, let's put this one in the middle. Flip this back over and continue with what we were doing. So we've got the J. So I'm going to just center the J right here on the block. Okay? That way. So I'm going to take some super glue and just dot it along this. And then just place it right in the center. Okay, so that one's going to go there. I got to make sure I spell this right, y'all. J-O. You come over here. L. Does it matter? Yes, it does matter. There's a larger L and a small L. I love this spindle L so much. Look at that. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to turn on my glue gun. I'm going to use the glue gun for the bigger blocks. Place this one down. Y'all, let me just tell you something. Using paper, scrapbook paper, it's pretty awesome. But like I said, you can just paint it. You can use one of your transfers. You do you. And then we have Saint Nick that goes on the bottom. And I'll hold this all up so that you can see it. Take screenshots, whatever you need to do, so that you know how to, yikes, create yours or recreate it. Okay. All right, so that one is done. So now I'm going to come over here and get this guy. I love this. Not now, Denise. Not now, girlfriend. You are not done with Christmas. Girl, we're kind of just getting started. Not really, but I have a lot of other Christmas I want to do. So stay tuned, my friend. Okay, so there is a bigger R and a smaller R. And then look at the Y. It has Christmas trees, y'all. Yay. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thanks, y'all. Comment the word block. Check your messenger. Messenger. If you're new here and you've never messaged with us before, check your message request. This one. Tammy, thank you so much for the stars. Thank you. Y'all, we are on our way to meet our new goal. All right, so there's our M. The E is really cute too because it's got a bunch of like dots. Dot, 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 dot. And like I said, if you are just hopping on, I said this earlier, we have like 8 different block letter sets. We have one for fall that's double-sided, winter, more Christmas. We have one that says believe, like my shirt. Santa, Burr, we have a frosty, snow. We have a bunch out there, so go check it out. All right, let's do this one. And we are almost done. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, I'm so glad I did this horizontal green stripes on the bottom. Love it. Aw, thank you so much. Thanks, Wendy. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? We're gonna glue this on the main board that you get with our hot glue. Okay, not our, what do you call that stuff? Super glue. Now, like I said, you do not have to paint the backboard because you're not going to see it. So all of your letters need to go at the very top of their section where they belong. The long bar is going to go at the very bottom, okay? I recommend gluing your letters on first. Then you can glue the long piece at the bottom. Over. Okay. And then your Saint Nick in this one is just gonna fit right in the center at the very bottom. Okay, get all your glue strings off. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna do it to the other side. Okay, just like so. And now you have a double-sided Christmas sign, shelf sitter. I love the black lettering. Oh my goodness. I need more glue. Super cute. Grab some more glue and we're gonna do the very bottom. Christmas paper would look good too. Yes, I have actually done decoupage with wrapping paper. Matter of fact. Okay, you get this stand if you get the double-sided. Do you have the single-sided stands?
No, I don't, but there should actually be 2 stands there for you.
I don't have 2 stands.
Okay.
The single, like this is, you have an option. The double-sided is you can purchase just the Merry or the Jolly. And if you purchase the single-sided, it will come with like one of these to put on the back to hold it. Okay? And then what you do is you just slide that little bitty lip that you were left with into the hole. And my friends, you are presented with such a cute idea.
Patty Help said you did a great job picking out paper, so
Thank you.
She's gonna receive some happy mail.
And then we have our Merry Christmas. Oh, I love it. So which side do you like best? Do you like the Merry or do you like the Jolly? So cute. I love it. Ta-da. So, go grab yours.
You can add any of the...
I thought about it. You want me to?
I think the L needs it.
Hold on, we're not done.
I think the spindle needs something.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Zach wants me to embellish this. Hold on.
You're extra basic tonight, remember.
Extra basic. I'm extra basic tonight. So I have a white distressing pad. And I'm just going to take it along the edges of some of the letters. Because I don't want to be extra. Or I don't want to be basic.
You're extra basic tonight. That's like extraordinary.
So this is just going to add a little bit of this and that to this for Mr. Zach. Yeah.
Oh, what's tomorrow night, by the way?
Tomorrow night is Plinko game in the VIP group. So if you're not in the VIP group, just comment VIP. So here's what it did. It added a little bit of zhush. Lori, if you type in the word,
oh, let me see. I don't know if the Mary needs it.
I don't know that I want to do that. Type in the word block and the link for the paper is there as well. I don't think the Mary needs it.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay. All right, y'all. Yes, they are Annette. There's a link to purchase them in the message. So go grab it, y'all. We've got 8 different ones out there for y'all to grab. So 2 of them are double-sided. Others are single-sided. And thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you next time.